On this bumpy beer tasting, I have orange creamsicle Berliner. So the orange creamsicle Berliner is a Berliner Weiss. It's a small batch series. Comes in at 5.5%. It is brewed by White Birch Brewing out of Nashua, New Hampshire. That is the label art right there. It's like a tie-dyed orange with a bunch of orange creamsicles flying towards the center or out of the center. Who knows? Could be imploding or exploding. I don't know, but I'm about to pop this open and get into it. There's no born on date on this can, so I do not know the freshness of the beer itself. So with the pour, I have some fairly tight white bubbled head. A little bit of a haziness to this one. Kind of has like a light gold coloration to the body itself. All right, let's go in for the aromas. All right, so for the appearance on this one, I did give it a 5 out of 6. Most of the Berliner Weisses I've had have been quite clear, unless they have some type of fruit that they are fermented with or brewed with. So like some of those pectins and stuff out of the fruits might affect some of the coloring or clarity. But yeah, it's just got that bit of haze, and there's no real reasoning behind that bit of haze. It's not a chill haze. This one's not really cold enough to have that happening. So yeah, 5 out of 6 for the appearance on this. The aromas, it's getting like a sourdough bread. There's a little bit of a tartness, and then there's also this souring stomach bile type note that's coming up. Just slightly, but that's kind of the tail end of it. That's what I end up kind of noticing. There might be a little actually hint now that I just smelled on this again of maybe like a lactose sweetness in the aroma as well. But I'm not picking up on any orange citrus. There's not much beyond what I'm getting from the malt. I don't know what strain of yeast is used. If they're using either one or both of these, either lactobacillus or BuMpY-isms, but you get that souring tartness type note. Yeah, and I think what I'm picking up maybe lactose or something if that's used. It does not state on the can itself. So I gave this a 5 out of 10 for the aromas, because it is absolutely missing any orange citrus. So cheers, guys. Time to go in for the first swig. this beer did an amazing thing. The flavors on this, I'm just going to go with the malt or the grist notes first. First, it's got like a... This doesn't mean that I tasted this first. This was afterthought stuff, but I just want to keep it all together. I was noticing kind of a bit of a wheat note. I then did start picking up on like a sourdough bread eventually. This thing does have like a lactose type vanilla bean flavor in it. That might explain some of the haziness from this as well, but I'm not going to go back and change my appearance. Nothing's really stated. So yeah, the first thing was that lactose vanilla sweetness. It does have a tart bite right after that, and then it just goes into this like almost tongue curling sourness. Kind of has a bit of like a mandarin orange. It's a sweeter orange. It's not like super citrusy. It doesn't seem to just have that citrus type kick to it. It's like that's a little bit of like a sweeter orange. So I'm going with mandarin orange. The body on this, like the mouthfeel, it's got a nice soft kind of smooth mouthfeel, but it's a light body. It's very crisp, and it's super dry. It does exactly what I like Berliner Weisse or sour beers to do. It starts the salivating, glands on the sides of the tongue kicking. The body on it, I'm gonna say, is like a... I already said the body. It's a light body, but soft. The carbonation level on this is like a high medium. Doesn't quite reach that higher carbonation level, but so it's like kind of like the medium, the high side of medium on the carbonation. So the aromas on this were kind of a little bit off-putting, especially with that stomach bile thing. There's no stomach bile in the flavor of this at all. It doesn't quite taste like an orange creamsicle, but you get, like I said, that vanilla sweetness, and there is this kind of like mandarin orange, but they're kind of separate notes. It doesn't really blend together and make like you're eating an orange creamsicle per se, but my flavor score on this is an 18 out of 19. The body, perfect, 5 out of 5. My overall, give this an 8 out of 10. I can get past the aroma. I don't have to smell the beer. This tastes fantastic. Only giving an 8 out of 10, just based off of the whole thing where it doesn't really come off as a creamsicle, like an orange creamsicle. You kind of get the vibe of it, but it's not. It just they didn't hold hands and jump rope together. They're kind of on separate planes. So because of the horrible aroma note in this brew, the orange creamsicle Berliner from White Birch Brewing out of Nashua, New Hampshire gets a BuMpY 41 out of 50. It's gonna put this at a good beer. If that aroma note was just matching up with the flavors, if I was actually picking up on some of that orange citrus, that stomach bile note wasn't in there, this would have probably gone into an excellent brew. So it's actually the aromas that have kept this one down, unfortunately. But cheers, guys, and thank you for watching.